Hello people, I've done a couple of videos on God and evolution in the past, and I've just decided to sort of make a series of them addressing some of the problems I personally have with evolution. In this video I'm just going to touch on them real quick, and then I'll chase them up more in depth in future videos. First thing, it's entirely possible. If God wanted to create evolution, he could. So conceivably, you could believe in both if you wanted. Furthermore, evolution does work in a sort of limited way, and I think the evidence bears that out. So, for example, a bird can evolve into another bird. Having said that, I do think that there are some big problems with evolution when you try to apply it to, like, you know, where did people come from and where did everything come from. I think it's applied just way too broadly, and there's sort of quite a few problems with it. So these are my personal problems I have with evolution. First, there's just way too many missing links, and I don't mean just, you know, a link between a monkey and a person. There should be thousands and thousands of links between different things. And in the fossil record, they're just not there. They might find one or two things, but basically they're just missing thousands and thousands of links. Number two, the supposed missing links that they're looking for, these would be impractical animals. The animals that we have now, you know, they exist because they work. There's something about the system of that animal and their place in the environment and just how their bodies work where it makes sense. It works. You know, it's a bit like, could a steam train evolve into a hot air balloon? They're like different kinds of things. You know, you can evolve, you know, a better steam train, keep on designing better and better ones, or a better and better hot air balloon. But if you wanted to jump from one to the other, you'd start with a new sheet of paper. Number three, evolution favors small things, things that reproduce more often. In theory, the small things should be winning at the expense of the large things. And I mean, we can see a little bit of that. For example, people getting flu shots every year because the bugs are evolving, and yet people, if they're evolving, they're not evolving very fast at all. So in theory, the small things should win at the expense of the big things. Number four, I think there's something special about people. Evolution seems to think that we're basically just smart monkeys, and I don't buy that. There's more to people compared to animals, and I love animals, but there's just something special about people where they've got a whole different outlook on life that intelligence alone doesn't explain. And finally, I think there's a bias in the science. I think people actually go into science because they don't want to believe in God. They're interested in evolution, and so that there's this bias, you know, towards their preconceived ideas, which I think puts an unscientific bias on the science. I don't have a problem with the idea of science so much. I do have a problem with some of the scientists, and my problem is that they're being unscientific. So if you want to hear more, I'll be talking more about each of those things in separate videos.